Hello, my name is Dennis Morris. This is a Bazande picture, and today we're going to talk about the peaceful coexistence among the people of South Sudan. Today we are going to talk to Honorable Mbikoyesu Moses, who is a young entrepreneur as well as an activist. And is going to tell us more about the peaceful coexistence among the people of South Sudan, and most especially the people of Western Equatoria. Honorable Mbikoyesu Moses, you're most welcome to the studio.
Welcome, President Dennis and your team. You're most welcome to my house. And I have the privilege and the most honor to say you guys at home. My name is Mbikoyesu Moses. As you guys all know, I'm an entrepreneur and a political activist. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable, for welcoming us to your home today. And as we're going to talk about peaceful coexistence among the people of Western Equatoria, according to you, Honorable, how do you see the peaceful coexistence among the people of Western Equatoria?
Well, we are a country of so many ethnicities. You see, when we talk about our peaceful coexistence, there's a reason why God made us in such a way. We are so rich in terms of human resource and in terms of wealth. And if you can imagine, with the ethnicities we have, God decided to give us a lot of resources. There's a purpose for that. Now, if you see in a number of years, 100 years, the communities in South Sudan have never been in conflict. That is one thing you need to acknowledge. And more particularly, the communities of Western Equatoria have never been in conflict or in a disagreement. We had a scenario where you can eat from at your neighbor's house freely. You can walk to any village very freely. But what is the issue today? These issues can easily be addressed. As long as we have the right people, we have the right system in place, everything can be addressed. There's nothing that exists among the people. People are all the same. First of all, ask yourself, from creation, did you know which tribe you are going to be? Why should a tribe be a factor? In 50 years from now, for some of us who are already in our mid-30s, we will not be existing. Most of us will not be existing. So what is the purpose? What is the purpose of creating conflict in regards to tribe? What is a tribe? At the moment, our peaceful coexistence, more particularly for Western Equatoria state, is deteriorating. We have elements amongst us. We have elements amongst us who are not who are not happy completely about peaceful coexistence of people, and that is what is making communities so far from each other, in ideas and whatever. It's not the case like you see before. You find a Balanda will associate freely with the Zande. It's not the case before you find a Baka associating freely with the Muru. You find the Muru associating freely with the Zande. This used not to exist before. It's completely deteriorating, but there's still something we can do about that. See, it all demands of a good leadership. It all demands of people-oriented government. That is very, very important. Once you put your people ahead of you as a leader, then that's where things are going to move. But if you put your people behind, then you don't think about them, then nothing will move. Now, the peaceful coexistence is very easy to be reinstated. It's very, very easy. We only need to know what kind of activities we need our people to focus on. We need to know how our people need to mix around and to ensure that we have that peaceful coexistence working on. And issues, cases like intermarriage, that's the biggest problem in the entire country. You find people, a Zande wants to marry a Zande, a Muru wants to marry a Muru, a Dinka wants to marry a Dinka. That is a very big problem. And such issues can easily be addressed. Let's try to intermarry. We are one people, as I said before. We are all created in the image of God. So this element of tribe, this tribe A, tribe B, tribe C is never going to take us anywhere.
Yes, Honorable, can we talk about the social fabric among the people of Western Equatoria? Do you see people in Western Equatoria interacting together, having different activities all along?
Well, thank you so much for this question. Are there things we can currently do? That is I will say we have limited choices at the moment. There are a lot of limited choices on how we do our things. That we have to be very honest about that. But still, there are activities that if we engage on now, things can move on. Let's say football. When we adopt football as a game, you find citizens of Tombra playing against citizens of Najero, citizens of Maridi playing against citizens of Yambio, or citizens of Yambio playing against citizens of Iba, or those of Mundri comes to Maridi. These are activities how we can enhance the peaceful coexistence or build up the social fabric among people. That is very, very important. So this kind of activity, this is one of an example that we can easily do at the moment. Yesterday I talked about farming. Farming is one area again we can work on in order to establish the strength of our social fabric. And then schools, provision of social amenities. Western Equatoria is not only having let's say the 7 tribes or something of that kind of existing there. We have the Dinkas, we have the Nwer and everything. We have to treat ourselves as one people. That is very, very important. Regardless of where you come from, Ita Junubi, we treat ourselves as the same. That's why we are going to move. This element of this tribe, this shouldn't exist. The land we have, the land should belong to us.
Honorable, Western Equatoria has been experiencing serious conflict. There's been a lot of fighting among the communities. Recently, the fighting that occurred in Tambra. How has this fighting affect the peaceful coexistence among the people of Western Equatoria?
Well, you see, the present conflict in Tambra has drastically affected the social cohesion of people. It is very, very terrifying to imagine. You see, when we grew up, what we knew was Bare was a Zande. A Balanda is a Zande. Now, with the recent incidents that happened and displaced a number of people, who you even found out that Balandas were even camping in the same camp with the Zande people, is just weird to imagine. But I have a feeling, I have a very, very serious hope that we have a set of leaders who will be able to talk to our people. They'll be able to understand that these are not necessary. These are not necessary. We are not supposed to have this kind of conflict completely. We need to stay together, and that's the most important thing. We need to understand that we were created as one people. We have ever lived 100 years, as I stated before. We have lived years without any issues. So what is that main issue what is that issue? Who are those individuals who are able to cause problem amongst us today? This doesn't warrant anything to us. The people at the grassroots should be able to understand that we are one, and those not at the grassroots should be able to understand that we are one. We always need to fight against those who want to divide. That is very, very important. We cannot live, and we cannot progress if we are divided. We have to be well united. The cohesion has to be very strong amongst us. The communities have to be one. Now here we need to include an element of activities. We need to include an element of various projects that will be able to unite people together. So that means we need to take it upon us. It's a challenge that we need to unite. We have no other option. The option we have is to unite. Let's unite behind the government. Let's unite behind our community leaders. Let's unite behind each and every one of us. We look at ourselves as brothers. We eat together. We drink together. We do our things together. We pray together.
Honorable, let us talk about the transitional government of national unity. It is supposed to offer service, deliver service to its own people. Do you see currently the leaders leading us in the state and the national government, in the county, in Boma, do you see them doing what they're supposed to do?
Well, you see, we have leaders. We have, we'll categorize them into 3. We have leaders who came to lead people in the rightful way. We have a set of leaders who came to cause confusion among people. You create confusion among people in a community of hungry people. You see, you're creating confusion in a community of hungry people, where some people have nothing to put on their table for their kids. And you have plots in Uganda, you have a home in Uganda, you have a home in Juba, you are what? You have all these things. And you're creating confusion. So these are the set of leaders we're talking about. And these are the same people, imagine, assuming I'm a voter today. You're creating confusion to me today. How are you going to convince me tomorrow to vote for you? Is it realistic? You are rich, I'm poor. You have never given me any platform to develop, to progress with my family, with my children. How am I going to vote? How are you going to convince me? So we need to be categorically very, very careful about how we act, how we lead our people. That's something that people should understand. You are not taken, for instance, you are taken for the purpose of leading the people into Canaan. But people find themselves in Fimal Shaitan, Fibeleta Shaitan. No rest, nothing, no security, people, nothing to eat on the table. That's not the purpose of the revitalized peace agreement. You need to understand very clearly. The roadmap of the peace agreement was supposed to bring in the element of peace. People should start seeing peace by now. And peace is by action. You don't go there creating confusion among people, and you tomorrow you'll go to a voter saying, vote for me. I vote for you as what? To do what? All the few years you have been there, 4 years you have been with us, you're not creating any state of peace in our minds. We're not cultivating, we're not doing anything. There's no trade. Traders are crying of taxes. And citizens are crying of the high price of items in the market. We have the land, we have everything. No one is cultivating because you cannot go to the garden. You have no access to go to any garden. You'll be attacked in the garden. So these are things that we need to. You see, you are going to a voter to ask for a vote. Ask yourself. You once met with the lion, and the lion had shown its color to you. Will you allow the lion again to come to you? That's the translation in the Pazande language. So we need to understand. We need to understand that people are there not to be laughed at. We have to stand responsible, and they deserve everything. They are paying us taxes day by night. Why are we not offering them services? Why are we fighting? What is the main issue of fighting? Fighting to benefit who?
Yes, Mbikoyesu, next year, 2024, we're accepting general election in South Sudan. What's your view on this general election and also the running mate of the presidency?
Okay, election next year. Yes, that's a very good question. Yes, we probably might have an election next year or early 2025, because the revitalized peace agreement was extended up to February 2025. You're asking about running mate to the president. Well, I will tell you honestly speaking, this time we need to look for a work-oriented cadre. A cadre who has been there, very loyal to the party, to the SPLM party. A cadre who has put in the work, and everyone has seen the kind of work in every institution they go to. We need to give much consideration to affirmative action. I think when I said this, we definitely know the kind of candidate I want. I would say the Right Honorable Gemma Nonukumba is the right person. I have to be honest with you. If we want work to be done, and we are serious about the issue of the affirmative action, we want our women to go forward. We want our women to go together with us in this race. Yeah? And then we need to give it to women at this time. And the best woman, and I know the person who is going to do the work, and I'm well confident about over the years, and I've seen from any institution she goes to, starting from being governor, coming to minister, up to now being speaker, the person who has been exemplary, who has done things that people are seeing by themselves, is Honorable Gemma Nonukumba. No one is going to dispute that. No one is going to dispute. And she has been very loyal to the SPLM party. So we need to give an upper hand to a woman this time. I'm not talking against other people, but the fact is there's always time for everything. There's time to come and there's time to say, no, here we have reached now this stage, we need to have another set of leaders in order to support the president. In order to support the president, we need someone who will be able to work to support the president, and somebody who will be able to unite people with all their diversities. That is very, very important.
Yes, our viewer, thank you very much for watching this video. We hope you join us again next week, where we're going to have a 4th edition of our broadcasts. And my name is Dennis Morris with Bazande Picture. Have the best of your moment.